Of course, you might offer free videos. You might offer maybe audio recordings of some sort. You could offer maybe a workbook, a short, nice little workbook with an audio recording. That would be an awesome freebie. All right, hello, and welcome. Welcome, everyone. And here we are, day 3 already of multiple streams of income for health pros. And guys, I'm so happy to be here with you today. Let me just say how excited I am to have been seeing the wonderful variety of health professionals who've been coming to these trainings. We've had functional medicine docs, nutritionists, dietitians, chiropractors, acupuncturists, just an amazing group. And as a matter of fact, we have had over 953 people in this class, in this masterclass series. So I just want to let you know you're in very good company, and I'm just so thrilled and honored to be part of your success team. So that is why I do what I do. You guys really make it all worthwhile. I'm so excited to step into today's content because today we're going to be talking about, now that you have your profit pyramid, what are your next steps? What are those focused next steps regarding developing and designing the different levels of your pyramid? So that is our focus for today. All right, I am going to check real quick. All right, yes, and hi everybody. I'm just checking the comments real quick. It looks like we are good to go. You guys can hear me okay, so that is awesome. All right, so and as my team member Rita said in the comments, you can grab today's PDF in the Facebook group. Okay, it should be pinned to the top of the page. You can also find it in the files section of the Facebook group. All right, and on your screen, you can see exactly what it looks like. It's called Your Focus Next Steps, the what, how, and why for maximum streams of income. Now, I'm going to teach you as much as I possibly can today, just like the past couple of days. I do want to remind you that in the Six Figure Biz Academy, many of you have already taken action and set up your interviews with either me or someone from my team. So congratulations on making that empowered step forward. Really want to, recognize you. The Six Figure Biz Academy is actually starting in 3 weeks. And I do want to remind you that while I'm going to cover as much as I can, right? As much as I possibly can today, I do want to let you know that inside of the Six Figure Biz Academy, you will be handheld through every single step of the process of building a lucrative and successful online practice. And we go through not only designing all of the stuff that we've been talking about in the pyramid, but also how to promote it, how to implement, how to market it, and how to create a following of, raving fans, and how to convert those raving fans into buyers, right? Which is incredibly important. We have to have buyers, right? The very definition of a business is that you are generating profit. And that's really what the Six Figure Biz Academy is designed to help you to do. So inside of that, the Six Figure Biz Academy, we teach you how to convert your followers, your fans into paying clients and customers, how to get them, inspire them to move forward and sign up for your group programs, and how to get them to step in and purchase your home study programs. And of course, absolutely, the first thing we do is teach you how to get them to step in and raise their hand for your high-end private work so that you can create 6 figures or even multiple 6 figures using the proven strategies and formulas that I'm very proud of. And I have tons and tons of client stories you can take a look at. Many of them are on the sixfigurebizacademy.com page. You can scroll through there. There's, videos, lots and lots of feedback. You can also take a peek at my website for feedback as well. And really, this is from these videos and comments, little case stories, case vignettes are from clients that I've worked with in the past, either in private work and or the Six Figure Biz Academy. All right. So this is where they have really made exponentially more income, honestly, as compared to the investment of the program. And guys, as you're, reflecting and making a decision in terms of moving forward into the academy, I do want you to know that the academy is really designed to catapult your business, right? It's really designed to first help you, make your return on investment, right? And then exceed your return on investment. So and as I mentioned the last couple of days, the investment level has remained as low as I possibly can keep it. And the reason I do this is because I want to make this an easy decision for you to step in so you can finally get the support you need, because I want you to be able to create your dream business, right? Seriously, the cost of waiting is very high. Okay, let me repeat that. The cost of just waiting for all the stars to align and everything to be perfect in your life, honestly, that tends to not work out so well, right? So I really price this program so that you can finally get the support you need to create your dream business. And again, that's $34.97 for an intensive 6-month program, truly an unparalleled investment, especially when you compare that to what's out there right now, which pretty much across the board is, we're looking at $10,000 group coaching programs where most of the content is pre-recorded, ironically enough. So in those cases, I mean, they may be good programs. I've never gone through them. But one thing I know for sure is in a pre-recorded program, you cannot get the degree of personalized attention that is required to really help you to move forward and implement. So I do want you to know when you step into the academy, I become personally vested in your success. And that is true. You can ask anyone I've ever worked with. I do this work to help my clients achieve their goals. And that is my commitment to you inside of the Six Figure Biz Academy. And you have my word on that. There's also a money back guarantee. Like nobody else out there does that. So just remember, check it out at sixfigurebizacademy.com. And I quickly just want to remind you that you can't sign up from the sales page for the program. What I ask you to do is just set up a chat, right? Because I really want to ensure that you're a good fit, for the program, and the program is a good fit for you and your trajectory. And it's also an opportunity for us to, get to know each other a little bit better, for me to answer your questions. So my invitation right out of the gate today is to look at the program and see if it looks intriguing, and then get on the phone with one of us. It is as simple as that. And you won't be making any kind of commitment until we've spoken and we both agreed that this is a good fit. And don't forget, if it's not a good fit, trust me, I will tell you. I've done it before and I promise I'll do it again if I don't think it's a fit. Okay? All right. So let me see how much I can squeeze into our time together today. I want to teach you about the next steps with regards to your profit pyramid. You guys have been working so hard all week. And so today we're going to think about the different levels of your pyramid and the design considerations, right? So we need to define what we're creating before we actually take those steps to create it. So let's start at the very bottom of the document. And actually, there we go. All right. So basically, we are starting at the bottom of the pyramid today. And this is of course, your free stuff, right? All that stuff that you are doing in order to successfully get in front of your target audience. And as you may recall, we've talked a lot. We've talked a lot about how important it is to always be in front of people, to always be serving them really as powerfully as you can before you actually ask them to buy from you. And it's a really important concept that, I just want to make sure that everybody's clear on that. You really need to do that. Before you ask them to step in, especially, a higher end program. So in order to do that, you want to have those free resources available. You want to have things that people can sign up for and download from your website, or things that they can attend, like, free webinars, talks, where they can really see your brilliance and they get to see how much you can help them. And they even begin to see results from their own life, from your free stuff. Okay. Now, free stuff, of course, you're not solving all their problems. You can't do that, nor should you try. But your free stuff should be positioned and created so it does help move them forward. Even a little baby step forward is progress. All right. So that's how I want you to look at it. All right. So they start to see some outcomes and results from consuming your free material. And then what they do is they think, wow, this is so great. I want more of this. So for a moment, let's go ahead and just talk again briefly about the types of free resources you might offer. Because today I want you to begin thinking about which ones really resonate for you. Okay. Now, some people really love, they would do a great ebook, right? I think an ebook is a great option. You could write a fun little booklet that has some information, maybe 10 tips about something, or 7 mistakes not to make in your particular subject matter. I'll give you an example of an ebook that I helped come up with for my client, Jackie. And I talked a little bit about Jackie over the last couple of days. So we brainstormed together a title of her ebook, and Jackie specializes in mindful eating for weight management. And so what we decided on was, here's the title: 5 Easy Steps to Lose Your First 5 Pounds. Isn't that great? And it goes like hotcakes. Seriously, it's hugely successful. It's very, very compelling. So guys, as you're thinking about your freebie, I do want you to think, what is super compelling? What is a problem, or, what is something that people need help with right now? You want to meet people where they are. Okay. And that's a really super important concept. Or it could be some kind of a workbook where people fill things out and track their behaviors. It could be some kind of action guide that's maybe more about helping them with their accountability. You could do a summary sheet of maybe key tips or key tools, or some kind of a checklist that somebody prints out and maybe they fill it out once a week, perhaps. One thing that I've seen people do pretty successfully are assessments, where the potential client can assess themselves in terms of their current status, right, with regards to whatever problem it is that you help solve. And what's kind of cool about that idea is it helps people to recognize that they need help, right? So I think that's a great idea. There are different programs online that can help you to create kind of like a quiz almost. Quizzes can be very compelling. And the way you collect their email address is, you walk them through the quiz and then you say, fill in your email address and I'll send you the results. And so that can be really intriguing as well. Also, I know infographics are also very popular. So don't forget about infographics. And guys, they're super, super easy to, they're so easy nowadays to create on Canva. I mean, Canva is just the ticket. Of course, you could hire a graphic artist, which absolutely is fine. But if you want to DIY it, definitely look at Canva. They've got beautiful templates for infographics. So like you could lay out, your steps, like maybe you've got like 5 main steps in your process and you lay that out on an infographic in Canva. Like that could be really awesome as well. So one thing we review in the Six Figure Biz Academy is actually an infographic that I have created. And it's all about the steps to generate cash flow. And it's essentially a revenue roadmap. And I call it the 6-figure cash flow formula. And it's all in this beautiful full color graphic representation of all the steps you need to take to achieve consistent and repeatable cash flow. And I created that in the form of an infographic. And just as an FYI, I have given that away before in my business as a freebie. All right. And it was incredibly popular. And just as a sidebar, in the academy, in the Six Figure Biz Academy, we do go over every single step in detail of how to, create repeatable revenue, right? All those different steps. So, and I've given away that infographic, like I said, all by itself, really just to be of service, right? Because at the end of the day, I want my people to, have the tools they need to move forward. So you might be tracking, you might offer maybe tracking documents. Maybe, I know a lot of food journaling is done online now, but I have a couple of other ideas that I've seen work well. What about those of you that are doing more functional nutrition or functional medicine? You could do like a food symptom tracking kind of a journal, or those of you that maybe do, mindful eating or intuitive eating in the work that you do with clients. Maybe you want to do like a hunger and fullness scale with some kind of a tracking mechanism, right? Or there's lots of ways for people to track and account for their new behaviors. Of course, you might offer free videos. You might offer maybe audio recordings of some sort. You could offer maybe a workbook, a short, nice little workbook with an audio recording. That would be an awesome freebie. Some people offer, I have lots and lots of clients that offer meal plans as a freebie. And I think that's great. The one thing I will say about that, one tip, is whatever the meal plan, you just want to, in the title, you want to indicate how it's going to help the person, right? So 3-day meal plan to help you to blank, or, overcome migraines, with this 3-day meal plan, right? Like whatever the purpose is, or increase energy, or, whatever you're trying to help your people accomplish, you want to kind of put that in the title. Otherwise it's like, another meal plan, right? So just make sure you include like that overarching outcome into the title. Some people offer, like I said, meal plans, maybe some other kind of behavioral tracker. Again, it really depends on what's relevant in your niche. Hosting free webinars, doing trainings, doing like Facebook Lives, which is something that I do every single week. That has proven to be extremely fruitful in expanding my audience, really expanding my reach. You could do it on Instagram if you choose. Another tool that I'm teaching my clients how to use, and we will go into this in detail in the academy, is YouTube. I'm really loving the results that my clients are getting on YouTube, and especially repurposing content, right? So let's just say you go live on Facebook. I have lots of clients that do that. They download the video on their computer, and then they repurpose it to be used on YouTube. So you're not, you're getting the most mileage out of whatever it is you're doing for free. More and more people are doing podcasts. I think that's an excellent idea. And incidentally, You could do videos, right? You could do like a Facebook Live video, and you could repurpose that into a podcast. A lot of people do that as well. So I'm giving you ideas. You want to start somewhere. And then once you get, kind of like what you would tell your clients, right? Or your patients, you don't want to try to do everything overnight. You want to create a habit, get comfortable. Like if you're going to, for example, maybe you decide, you know what, I'm going to start doing Facebook Lives. I like that idea. Get comfortable with that, get into a routine, and then you can figure out how to repurpose it later. Okay, because you've always got those videos in your video library. You can repurpose them at a later date, which is frankly what I did. The other thing, if you, let's say you're thinking, yeah, podcast sounds great, but it's a little intimidating, look for other podcasts. Like look for podcasts that are already out there and, basically pitch your idea to that particular person to be a guest. That's a great, awesome way to get in front of, already pre-established audiences. And I will also mention, this is another true story. So my client, Jen, who specializes in renal nutrition, what she did is she found someone on YouTube. So instead of looking for a podcast, she went looking on YouTube for, just people out there doing YouTube videos that had a similar audience as her. And she ended up finding someone who, in his case has chronic renal insufficiency. And he just has a huge YouTube channel just talking about his own experience. And so she reached out to him, and just said, hey, I love what you're doing. Do you want to connect? And then lo and behold, not too long after that, she's a regular guest on his show, like a weekly guest on his show, which, was a beautiful way for her to get access to a pre-established audience and kind of leverage that to grow her own audience. Okay. And I tell you, that really put her business on the map in a huge way. She was able to hire another dietitian. And, she's offering all kinds of these groups now because she has so much volume. There's no way she could possibly keep up with all those private sessions. All right. So lots of ideas. You can do blogging. So we're talking about like all these things you can do and these are all free for the most part, right? Like, have I said one thing that's going to cost you money? Not yet. And generally, this is where we start. I really want you to exhaust all these amazing free ways to get in front of your audience. And much of the time, you may not even need or want to do any kind of paid traffic. I'd say most of my clients don't. They get so much business from all these free things. They don't need to pay for traffic. So there's blog posts. I would just say, blogging is a great way to attract people to your site. You just want to make sure you're blogging about topics that your audience is actually searching for. And again, once you get in the habit of creating these blogs, why not repurpose them and use them as a newsletter, right? Because they really are two distinct audiences. The purpose of a blog is to attract new people to your website. The purpose of a newsletter is to nurture current people that have raised their hand and said, I want to be a part of your community. So they're distinct audiences, and you can absolutely repurpose. All right. I do love, love, love live speaking engagements. Okay. Again, a lot of times nowadays, these are via webinar. But I really want to encourage you to look around for these opportunities to get in front of your audience via live speaking events. It's just such a great way to build up your following and that all important email list. Anything to keep things exciting, anything where you can help people to see results, as I mentioned before, where they begin to move forward on some wonderful positive changes. And these are all wonderful things. Again, we cover these strategies in a lot of granular detail inside of the Six Figure Biz Academy. In fact, I will help you in the academy. I'll help you to decide where you should invest your time, and will actually help you to implement these strategies inside of your business.